Hi everyone, this is Queenie.
And I'm Jonathan.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
This flow is going to be a quick 30-minute flow, and we'd like to ask you to grab a pair of blocks if you have them, books if you don't. You may also want to have some cushions nearby just in case for something fun we're going to try later on. And because we only have 30 minutes, let's get started. Yeah. Finding a comfortable seated position, cross-legged or kneeling, sitting up nice and tall. Allow the foundation to settle. Palms can rest face up or face down. Close your eyes. Just allowing the foundation to settle as the spine stacks a bit taller, a bit longer. Settling into the rhythm of your breath. Following it in through the nose and out through the nose. Take an inhale here that fills belly, ribs, and chest. Fill all the way up. Open your mouth, sigh that breath out. Place palms in prayer at heart center, thumbs resting gently into the sternum. Taking a moment to set an intention for your practice. We'll start our time together to the sound of a single Om. Inhale. Blink the eyes open. Let's roll forward into a tabletop. Go ahead.
All right, so from here, just checking your palms, making sure your hands are shoulder width, fingers are pointing straight forward, and tuck your toes. We're gonna lift the knees up, sending the sit bones towards the ceiling. Relax your neck, pedal the heels, shift side to side. And then next time you breathe in, start to come forward to a plank pose. Just pause here for a moment. Make sure the distance between your hands and your feet is long enough. Really pressing into your knuckles. We're going to take this first chaturanga nice and slow together. Feel free to lower your knees like I am. Or you can keep your knees lifted like Jonathan. So head points forward. Try to feel almost like a little bit of a stretch in your wrist. When you exhale, you'll go down halfway, no lower than elbows. Then when we inhale, we'll push back up. And then back to downward facing dog.
And if chaturangas just aren't feeling good for you today, you're welcome to skip asana and just add in your own variation, maybe just holding plank or completely skipping it altogether.
All right, so next time we inhale, we'll come forward to plank pose again. When you exhale, we'll lower all the way onto the belly. Untuck your toes, breathe in, draw your shoulders back, lift your chest forward. So this is our cobra. Legs are strong, shoulders are pulled down, exhale, lower. Now you can come back to cobra on the next inhale or come into an up dog. So I'm coming into cobra. Jonathan will push up to an up dog. So as he straightens
Will I? Okay.
Straightens the arms. Notice
yes.
that his legs are not touching the mat. So these are your two options for a back bend. And when we exhale, we'll come back to a downward facing dog. So lifting the hips. So we'll start to combine everything. But first we'll start to look forward when we breathe in. And as we exhale, slowly walk your feet or hop the feet to the top of the mat. When you breathe in, look up halfway. Hands can come to the shins. Exhale, fold. Push into your feet, lift all the way up. Inhale. When you exhale, just release your arms by your side.
Inhale, reach the arms up.
And when you exhale, start to fold forward, hinge from the hips.
Halfway lift. Inhale, extend the spine.
When you exhale, place your hands down. You can step, you can hop your feet back, come to a plank pose.
Take a big breath in through the nose, pushing the floor away.
Exhale, lower to chaturanga. Use your knees if you need.
Inhale to upward facing dog, cobra if you need it.
Exhale, send the hips up, roll over the toes, downward facing dog.
Just pedaling out the heels, nodding your head yes, shaking it no. Try not to hold tension in your jaw, face, and neck.
Next time you inhale, start to look forward.
Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump to the top of the mat.
Breathe in, halfway lift.
Exhale to fold.
Lift all the way up when you inhale.
And on the exhale, we'll do one more cycle. Hinge and fold all the way over the legs.
Halfway lift, breathe in.
On the exhale, place the palms, step or jump the feet back, high plank.
When you breathe out again, chaturanga.
Inhale to upward facing dog. Heart pulls forward.
or cobra. Exhale, send the hips up, roll over the toes, downward facing dog.
Inhale to look forward.
When you exhale, bend your knees, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat.
Halfway lift. Inhale, extending the spine forward.
Exhale, fold.
Inhale, root down into the feet, come all the way up.
Exhale, release your arms by your side.
Standing in Tadasana, pause here for a moment. Turn the palms to face forward, loop the shoulders up, back, and down. Feel that expansion across the heart. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, tuck the chin, start to roll down, articulating through each vertebra. Once you come all the way down, big toes are touching, knees hug in. As you inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift to extend the spine. Exhale, place palms, step or jump the feet back. Go to a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, heart pulls forward. Exhaling back over the toes. Downward facing dog. In that downward facing dog, carefully lowering the knees down as wide as the mat. Big toes touch, hips to the heels. In your child's pose, walk the hands off the right side of the mat. Doesn't have to be very far. Creating some space in left side body. Inhale into the ribs and shoulder. And then exhale to come back through center. Lift the hips high enough to tuck the toes. Press the hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up, 3-leg dog. Exhale, knee to the nose. Step the foot in between the hands. Rise up, inhale, high runner's lunge. Catching the left wrist with the right hand, pull the arm up. And then exhale, squeeze right side body, lengthen the left. You can come back up through center, and then sweep the arms back, lean forward over the right leg. More and more weight into the right foot. Left foot steps to meet the right. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, hinge and fold over the legs. Inhale, roll up to stand. Head comes up last. We'll find our Tadasana, mountain pose. Loop the shoulders up, back, and down as the palms turn forward. And inhale fills belly, ribs, collarbone. And on the exhale, tucking the chin, roll all the way down. One vertebra at a time. When your hands find the floor, big toes touch, knees hug in. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place palms, step or jump the feet back. Vinyasa, chaturanga to up dog. Feel free to skip it if you need to. Back over the toes. Downward facing dog. And then lower the knees down as wide as the mat. Big toes touch the back of the mat. Hips to the heels, forehead towards the floor, child's pose. In your child's pose, carefully walk the hands just slightly off the left side of the mat, creating a side bend. And breathing into right shoulder and right ribs. One more inhale, finding space. Use the exhale to come back through center. Hips lift high enough to tuck the toes, press into the palms, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up, inhale. Exhale, knee to the nose, touch. Carefully step the foot in between the hands. Rise up, inhale, high runner's lunge. Catching the right wrist with the left hand, pull the arm up. Exhale, squeeze left side body, lengthen the right. Tug length into right shoulder, side body, and hip. Back up, inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms back, lean forward over the left leg. More and more weight steps into that left foot. Right foot steps to meet the left. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, hinge and fold. Pause in that forward fold. You can catch opposite elbows. Give yourself a little dangle here, feet together or a bit wider as Queenie's doing. Try to reframe the purpose of your forward fold into just getting the torso a little closer to your thighs. The legs don't have to be locked perfectly straight. Right? It's actually a little better to have a slight bend if you're quite tight. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, release the arms. Inhale, roll up to stand. Last time. Tadasana, mountain pose.
Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Have your feet come together. If they're separated like mine, breathe in, lift your arms up. And when you exhale, fold forward, hinge release. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place your hands down. Find your feet at the back of your mat. Find your chaturanga. Use your knees if you need. Breathe in, lift your chest forward into a back bend. Exhale, send your hips up, downward facing dog. Now from your down dog, we'll sweep the right leg up again. Breathe in. As you exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Good, lift it back up, inhale. Exhale, step your right foot between your palms. Good, come back to a lunge. Inhale, bend that front knee. Push your left heel back. Good, when you exhale, bring your hands to the hips. Inhale, lift your hips up, straighten the front leg slowly. Exhale, bend the front knee, push your left heel back. We'll do that again. Breathe in, lift up, draw your mula bandha, your pelvic floor up. Exhale, bend the knee. One more time, breathe. And bend. Bring your fingertips back onto the mat. This is where you might want to grab your blocks or your books, lengthening the arms here if you need. And then as you inhale, start to push your hips back slowly. Maybe lifting your toes, maybe lifting your toe mounts. You can also stay on fingertips. You can try to have your palms down. We're not trying to straighten the leg at all costs, but you want to just push your hips back. Try to lengthen your chest forward. Breathe. Forget trying to bring your head to your leg. Instead, lengthen your torso. Just one more breath here. Breathing in and out. And the next time that you inhale, bend your front knee. Go ahead, lift your arms back up nice and slow, so strong back, and then open up to warrior two. Back heel grounds down, right arm reaches forward. We'll inhale, reverse the warrior. And as you exhale, straighten the right leg, reach your right arm forward, bring your right hand down, lift your left arm up. Then from here, I want you to bend the right knee. Place your left hand back down, place your right hand back down, back heel lifts up again. Now, start to bring all the weight to your front leg. Slowly come into warrior three, hands and come to prayer. Now I want you to keep your standing leg bent. Lift the back leg. Good, hands are strong. Watch your balance. Take another inhale. One more exhale. When you breathe in next, stand up slowly. Lift your left knee, arms reach up towards the ceiling. Bring your right hand to your left leg. Left arm starts to reach back. Good. Turn your gaze. You can maintain just this, pressing your right hand to the left leg resists. Or you can maybe straighten the left leg. You can maybe grab the foot. Don't worry about this if the foot feels really far away. Good. Then from here, can you slowly release your left leg, bring it to the back of the mat again, turn your toes towards the side, arms reach out, breathe in. Exhale, bring your hands to the hips slowly, hinge from your hips. Good, then from here, we're just releasing the hands. Walk your hands back to your right foot. Bend that front knee. Left hand will stay on the mat. Right arm lifts up. Twist. Stay in this twist. Or you can move your right foot back halfway. Or you can bring your right foot all the way back. So pick what works for you here. Good. Try not to sink into the left side body. Take another inhale. Reach your right arm forward towards the front where your head is pointing. When you exhale, release your right hand down. Right foot goes all the way back. Plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, or you can go to downward facing dog. Breathe into your back bend. Exhale, down dog here. Feel your body, ground into your knuckles. Let's flip the left leg up. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Send the leg back up, inhale. Exhale, step your left foot right between your palms. When you're ready, you'll breathe in, lift the arms up. Good, exhale, bring your hands to the hips. Inhale, lift the hips, straightening the front leg slowly. Exhale, bend the left knee. Push the right heel back at the same time again. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, bend. One more, inhale. Exhale, bend the knee. Lean forward slow to bring your hands down. Grab your blocks if you need to. Again, you can just stay on fingertips. You don't have to straighten the left leg. So even if you don't have blocks at home, just pushing your hips back as you breathe in. You might just push the hips as far as they can go, keeping the left knee bent. But you might already feel a stretch in your hamstring. Those of you who can straighten the legs, keep pushing your hips back. Again, you can lift your left toes or toe mounds. Keep lengthening your heart forward. Think about body long rather than just trying to compress and make your body small. Make your body longer and stronger. One more breath in and out. Take your time. Good. So next time you breathe in, you'll place the left foot back down, bend your left knee. Hands start to get lighter, grounding your back heel. You're gonna open up to warrior 2. Right arm goes back, left arm forward. We'll reverse the warrior, breathe in. Straighten your left leg. As you exhale, reach your left arm forward. You're gonna bring your left hand out, right arm up. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Breathe. Arms reaching wide. Next time you inhale, bend your front knee. Windmill both hands down, lift your back heel, transferring weight into your left foot. Drag your right foot forward. Hands can come to prayer. Lifting your back leg. Keep your left knee slightly bent, so you're not just locking it all the way. This way the leg builds a little more heat. When you breathe in next, start to slowly stand up. Lift your right knee with you. Arms reach up to the ceiling. Have your left hand hold your right thigh slowly and turn your chest to the right side. Reach your right arm back. Watch your balance. Staying here, you can try to extend the line. You try to grab the foot. Don't worry if that's not accessible yet. But from here, your right leg slowly steps all the way back. Turning to the right side of your mat. Arms reach out. Bring it behind you. Either hold opposite elbows or interlace the hands. Lift your chest up. Breathe in. Legs are strong. Exhale, start to hinge from the hips. Fold. And here, you want your heels pressing down, sit bones lifting up, legs are strong, navel drawn in. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, and just one more inhale, one more exhale. Releasing your arms, walk your hands back to the front of your mat towards your left foot. Bend your left knee, right hand will stay, left arm will lift up. So you're welcome to stay in your twists. Otherwise, you can move your left foot back halfway, turning all your toes to point to the side. You can also bring your left foot all the way back. Once again, not sinking down into your right side body, but lifting up. Then take another breath in. When you exhale, reach your left arm forward. Right arm stays strong. Take another inhale. Exhale, left hand, bring it down slowly. Left foot steps all the way back. Come to your plank pose. Breathe in. Go to down dog if you like, or exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, send your hips up. Downward facing dog. Breathe through the nose. Sigh it out. Gently walk your hands towards the back of your mat.
So the back of the mat, you may use your peace fingers, middle index and thumb, and grab your big toes. Keep a slight bend to the knees to begin. The elbows bend up to the sides of the room and the head hangs. Once you're in that position, torso nice and close to the thighs, then pressing into the heels, lift your sit bones further away from the feet. Breathing in Padangusthasana, the inhale is lengthening the spine. The exhale is drawing the belly button in towards the spine. One more cycle of breath. And open your mouth, sigh out the breath. You can release the hands from the toes. Inhale, halfway lift, bending the knees slightly. Bring the hands to the hips. Start to stand all the way up. Whew. And if you're with someone, you're practicing with a friend at home, high five. Mm-hmm.
Or high five yourself.
Or high five yourself, yes. Shift the weight towards the right foot. Drive the left knee up towards the ceiling. And two options for you. Either flexing the left ankle, take the left ankle to the right thigh, figure 4, or catching the ankle, place the sole of the foot towards the right inner thigh. Standing balance here in either figure 4 or tree pose. Arms anywhere that helps you balance.
If your foot can't really fit on the inner thigh, it's kind of like more on the knee, bring your foot to the calf or the ankle as well, or take Jonathan's figure 4 option instead.
And if you'd like to challenge your balance today, rather than just doing a crazy shape, instead just moving your external drishti point, that focus point that's outside, internally to third eye, close your eyes and see how that challenges your balance. You may notice a lot of wiggling and movement. You don't have to try to stop it, just become aware of it and breathe. In worst case, you lose your balance, the foot comes down, try again. Come back up into the shape, set the external drishti points, and then close the eyes. If the eyes are still closed, well done. Big inhale. As you exhale, carefully release left foot down to the floor. Give it a little shake. Let it go. Whether you succeeded or failed. Shift the weight towards the left foot.
There's no failing.
Well, okay. There's no failing. Yeah. Shift the weight to the left foot. Drive the right knee up. There's just creative attempts. Flex the right ankle, and you're either catching the ankle for tree pose, or you're taking the right ankle to the left thigh, figure 4. Single standing leg balance posture here. The external drishti is outside, arms anywhere that helps you with balance. And if you do want to challenge yourself, moving the external drishti internally, close the eyes. And you watch those little shifts and shakes as the inner ear tries really hard
Don't break anything.
to work without the visual system. Woo.
This side is a lot harder for me.
And if you lose your balance, you're still probably a good person. Don't worry. If you're still hanging on to your balance, amazing. One more inhale. And on the exhale, blink the eyes open. Release that right foot down. Woo. Shake it out. Toes turn out in line with your knees. Begin to sink down into a deep squat. And as you come down into a deep squat, if the heels lift quite a bit as you come down and it's like painful, you're shaking, build yourself a yoga chair. Can be a cushion, can be a block. Put something under your bum and sit on it. Might feel a bit better. Elbows inside the knees, heart reaches for the thumbs, malasana, garland pose. Breathing in through your nose, out through your nose.
And then from here, you just want to separate your hands. Bring your elbows onto your knees. And then just press your arms down into the knees. Just feel your strength here. So you want to feel the shoulders pull down as well. You feel a bit of your tricep, armpit, your lats even. We really get to have like that pull strength in our yoga practice. So I want you to just dig your elbows down. Really remember the sensation, how strong you can be when your elbows and your knees, they really connect, not just touching, but they push into each other. So elbows press down and even feel like your knees are pushing up.
And then if you're sitting on a block, lift your hips up a bit. Get light.
And if you're really low to the ground, you're really comfortable in your malasana, also lift your butt a little.
And then I'm going to shift forward. You don't have to, just so I don't bump into Queenie. Turn your hands so that your fingertips point to the left side of your mat and the thumbs are facing each other. And then bringing the palms down to the floor, push the floor away, hop the feet so that you're facing the left edge of your mat. Same idea. Palms turn, come down, push, hop. Palms turn, come down, push, hop. Sorry about the butts. Palms turn, palms down, push, hop. And you're back in malasana. If you're really feeling the hips after all that, little forward fold, shake it out. Get blood and lymphatic fluid back into the legs. And coming back down, crawl the hands forward. Knees come down to the floor, tabletop.
From tabletop, we're actually going to continue to walk the knees further away, or lie onto the belly. Okay, keeping your hands there. So coming into cobra, first want to draw your shoulders back, press your hip crease down, lift your chest forward. So just stretching out the lower belly, the hips, the thighs, shoulders are pulled down. Now if you're pressing really hard into your hands and all you're feeling is your lower back, just want you to press a little less from your hands, use your back muscles, and focus on lifting your chest forward and pulling your lower belly in. Take another inhale. Exhale, gently lower. Good. Now arms are going to reach back. Press your legs down into the mat, so don't lift your legs. Pull your shoulders up first, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then next time you inhale, lift your chest. Good. Exhale, lower your chest. 2 more. Breathe in. Draw your shoulders back. Exhale. 1 more here. Breathe. Lift your chest. Good. Stay lifted. Bend your elbows. Bring your palms onto your mat next to your chest. Good. Tuck your toes. Hug your elbows in. Feel free to use your knees. When you inhale, push, lift your belly, come to your plank pose. Good. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. And then from here, I want you to just walk your hands and your feet closer together. And bring your feet together. Lift your heels, bend your knees, sit on your bum. So balancing on your toes. Your very first option today is just to bring, again, elbows to your knees, palms facing forward. So this kind of emulates your crow pose, your bakasana. And going back to that same strength, digging your elbows down into the knees, try to lift your chest, look forward, or even kind of look upwards a little bit. So this is your first option, staying there. Second option, grabbing a cushion or something, a couple of cushions, placing it in front of you. So Jonathan will demo here. Now, your hands need to be one, from pinky to thumb, one hand width away from your safety net. So you do not want to place your hand right up to the bolster or your cushions, all right? So that's one, you wanna make sure you have one hand width away.
At least.
Minimum. All right, then from there, you're going to come back to that same starting position, except your palms are on the mat. Notice Jonathan's knees are above his elbows. You're going to lean forward, maybe lift up one foot at a time, maybe both feet. And if it's a little scary, don't worry, you have your cushions there. You might fall on that. You can turn your face to the side as well. So that's our second option. If you are very comfortable with your crow, then the third option is you can still use your cushion, but you're coming to crow. Maybe you're trying to tap your cushion. You're trying to tap your head onto the mat or onto the cushion and see if you can lift back up without your feet touching. Good. So practicing that. Or if you are comfortable here, you lower your head. You do not want to drop your head because we want to keep our brain cells. Press into your arms and perhaps you will lift the knees, coming maybe into your tripod. If you have a friend who wants to spot you, or you can use the wall.
Or cheer them on, you know.
Yeah, cheer them on. Or cheer yourself on if you're by yourself, or we're cheering you on. Yay!
Yes.
So play around a little bit. You're gonna always pause the video, spend a little more time, and then we're going to move on.
Well done. If you had the bolster at the top or a cushion at the top, move that out of the way off to the side. You'll take yourself back to the back of the mats. Coming into a deep yoga squat. Now this time you might play with the wrists, rolling out the wrists a little bit. You can also put left armpit in front of left knee, push the right thigh away, finding the inner thighs. And then right armpit in front of right knee, push the thigh away, finding the inner thighs. Nice, come back through center, crawl the hands forward, child's pose. And settling into the floor. Noticing some of the space you're starting to create today. And one more big breath in through the nose. And open your mouth side out. You can shift forward. From tabletop, cross the ankles, sit on your bum. Extend the legs forward, give them a little shake. And then the world's slowest sit-up. Sitting nice and tall, maybe keep the blocks nearby, one on each side. We may end up using them later on. Begin to roll all the way down to your back. One vertebra at a time. Heels slide, but they don't lift. Base of the skull taps the floor. Take an inhale. On the exhale, tuck the chin, peel yourself back up. Try not to let the heels lift, they just slide. Nice. If you'd like, pause the video, do 100 of those. Or 2. Roll all the way back down. Controlling that movement, releasing the body down to the floor. Nicely done. Bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. If you'd like, if you have a block or a book handy, you want to use it, put that in between the thighs. Pressing the inner thighs into the block. Press the feet into the floor, palms into the mat. Inhale, lift the hips up off the floor. If you'd like, you can wiggle the arms a bit closer together, interlace the fingers behind the back and squeeze shoulder blades together. Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Find that slight tuck to the tailbone so the glutes engage with the inner thighs because they're holding the block. The legs don't go wide. Feeling the hip flexors receive the stretch, not the low back receive compression. One more inhale. Release the arms. Exhale, lower the spine down carefully. Remove the block off to the side. You can windshield wiper the knees to the right and the left, watching out for your neighbor if you're practicing with a friend, your partner, your kid, your dog, yourself. And coming back through center. Options. If you'd like, you're taking another round of back bend using a block or 2, but taking a passive variation. Block underneath the sacrum, feet step forward, lying flat. If you prefer to work today, then Queenie will actually show us, in fact I will because she's already so comfortably into that shape, Urdhva Dhanurasana, a wheel pose. Feet are still nice and close towards the bum, palms get set up next to the shoulders, elbows hugging in, Press into the feet, press into the palms. You might pause for a moment on the top of the head, and then pushing into the palms, press into the feet, lift all the way up, pressing the chest towards the wall behind you.
So do your best not to crunch into the low back. You want to press firmly into your hands and the heels, not just your toes. Your chest tries to push to where your face is looking, and don't hold it super long if you're feeling uncomfortable in it. Breathe.
Last breath or two, whatever you're in, passive or active. Then you can use an exhale, carefully release. If you're in the more passive variation, bending the knees, lifting the hips and sacrum up off the props, and then moving the props off to the side, lay the spine down one vertebra at a time. Once you've completely released, connect the soles of the feet, let the knees drop out wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. You're always welcome to grab blocks or books or whatever props you have accessible to you at home. Place them underneath your thighs or knees for some support here in a reclined butterfly pose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Feeling that space you created for yourself today. By working hard, by finding some ease. If you need a little bit longer in this shape, you're welcome to it. If you feel like there's something missing from your practice and you're prepped and ready for it, go for it, add in that extra shape. Otherwise, reaching down towards the thighs, close the legs up like a book, step the feet to the top of the mat, lie flat, Savasana, corpse pose. We'll be hanging out in corpse pose for this practice for about 1 minute. If you'd like a longer Savasana, you are welcome to pause the video, set your own timer, or maybe there's no timer, you're going right to bed. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Keeping some of that stillness in your body, come back to your awareness. Just noticing where the body is in space, how it feels, your state of mind, your emotional state. And gently nudging your awareness in the direction of your breath, beginning to lengthen each inhale, each exhale. Start to move your fingers, move your toes, turn your head carefully side to side. Inhale, reach your fingertips to the wall behind you, toes to the wall in front, stretch tall, and exhale to soften. One more time, inhale to stretch, and exhale to soften. Left palm to the belly, bend your knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Roll to right side body, and then pressing into the left palm, carefully come all the way up into any seated position. Cross-legged or kneeling, sit on a prop, or right on the floor.
Have your spine nice and light, shoulders relaxed, eyes closed, just reconnecting to your body. No, it's a short practice, but notice the effects of your efforts. And we'll close with a sound of Om. Bring your hands together in prayer. Take a deep breath in. Bow your head. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank yourself for making time for your own practice. We hope that you were able to find some peace, love, and gratitude on the mat today. Take that with you off the mat. Share it with the people around you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, week. Hope to connect with you again soon. Namaste.
Namaste.